Hello everybody, Loki Magics, another day, another video, but in this video we're going to answer one simple question, and that question is this new fusion, Harvest Jack, are you worth it? Are you worth fusing or not? Is this a trick or treat? And I'm here to tell you this is a delightful treat. Plarium gave us an awesome opportunity to fuse a great champion for Arena. For Clan Boss, Faction Wars, he's going to be okay. He's not going to be the best champion for that. But when it comes to Arena, hands down, this dude is going to blow away some teams out there. He's going to devastate the Arena. So if you want to know how and why do I feel this way, stay tuned. Let's check out this video. Let's check out Harvest Jack. First thing first, let's give a round of applause to the design team because they did a great job designing this champion. I do love his look. Good job, guys. Thumbs up. But that is not going to cut it, right? We need to know what can this guy do for us, right? So let's break his kit down so you could decide for yourself if it's worth your investment. Okay, so real quick summary, why do I think he's only really worth it for people that are interested in this champion for Arena? Because looking at his A1 real quick, it has a fear debuff. His A2, yes, has poison and decreased attack, which could be good for Clan Boss, but there are better champions out there that could do the same thing for you. Like Alton has decreased attack on his A1. And looking at his A3 is True Fear, decreased speed and sleep. Now True Fear, decreased speed and sleep doesn't work for Clan Boss. So just looking at his kit real quick, you already know he's not going to be really good for Clan Boss. He might be good for, I don't know, this is a stretch, for Fire Knight or Spiders 20, Dragons 20. He might be good. Further testing to confirm. But I could tell you right now, hands down, this dude is going to rock it in Arena. I promise you that. I promise you this guy is going to destroy Arena. And this is why. This is why I think he's going to destroy many teams in Arena. Because one, looking at his HP already, it's almost 27k, right? So you get the right gear on him, give him some HP percent, just blow his HP up, give him some speed. He's going to hit hard because his A3 attacks all enemies and the damage is based on HP. So this alone might wipe out 90% of the teams out there, right? If you go first. Now, if it doesn't kill anybody, it has a 75% chance of placing True Fear debuff for 1 turn, also places 30% decreased speed debuff for 2 turns, and decrease each target's turn meter by 15% if True Fear debuff is placed. So already, if you don't die by this, you're going to be pretty disoriented, and your other teammates could probably just, clean up your opponents, and you won that round, right? Now his other part of his A3 has a 75% chance of placing sleep. Now I really don't care for sleep in the Arena because as soon as you get hit, you're going to wake up and it really doesn't do anything. So this is more probably for Faction Wars. Attacks all enemies, put enemy to sleep. Cool, right? But this A3 is going to be very strong for Arena. Now looking at his A2, this alone is also a very good ability for the Arena because it attacks all enemies, and once again the damage is based on HP. Now his first sentence here places block, buff, debuff for 2 turns on targets under fear. Now if you have another champion in your team composition that could place fear on all enemies, and I'm just going right off of my head, I'm not saying you have to have Elder Scarred, but his A3 attacks all enemies and places fear debuff, right? So if you had him and you had Harvest Jack, that synergy between the two would be really good, and you could probably do a lot of damage in Arena. Just want to point that out there. For this block, buff, debuff to work, you will probably need another champion to place fear prior to this A2. But that's okay because most likely if you have Harvest Jack in your team, you're probably going to start with A3. And sometimes, you've seen scenarios where one of your teammates might go first, and then the opposite team will go next, and they might apply some buffs like increased attack or continuous heal, right? So If you have Harvest Jack and that situation happens, it's fine because he's going to turn that increased attack into decreased attack, and that continuous heal into poison. And the amount of poison applied is equal to the amount of continuous heal, right? So if you're doing this on manual and you have more control, instead of doing auto, which most likely they'll do A3, you could use your A2 to take their increased attack and switch it on them and make it a decreased attack. So not only you're going to attack all enemies and hit them hard and possibly block buffs, you could take their buffs and turn it into debuffs. So like I said, this Harvest Jack champion is going to be hitting like a truck and being very destructive to your opponents. So I already, I don't know how to convince you any further other than showing you, which I will show you in my future video once I fuse them, how good this champion will be in the arena. So looking at his A1, really nothing special. It attacks one enemy 3 times, 25% chance of stealing a random buff, and also 25% chance of placing fear. This only attacks one enemy, so one enemy gets fear, and his A2 won't be really effective off of his A1. So his A1 is okay, nothing special, but between his A3 and his A2 in the arena, the way it is with speed and nuke, I don't think you even get to his A1. So looking at his passive, when attack, decrease the duration of all buffs on the attacker by 1 turn. Now this too is a very, very useful passive because sometimes the attacker might have, counterattack. He hits you first, counterattack's gone, boom. Now the rest of your teammates can attack, right? So this guy is going to be so destructive in arena. Like if you're serious about arena and the platinum tiers coming out, you have to get this guy. This guy is going to hook you up. So that's just my opinion. Of course, this is just theory. I will test them out once I fuse them, but for now, if you want to get a leg up and start the process of fusing him, I think it's worth it, in my opinion. But some of you guys might not be convinced yet. Some of you guys might be like, all right, well, what does it take to fuse this guy? So let's talk about that next. Okay, so here is a chart for fusing Harvest Jack. Now, right off the bat, if you have these 4 champions, I would say just go ahead and fuse it because Harvest Jack is a much better champion. Even with all 4 of these champions combined, you're not going to get much value out of them. So Harvest Jack definitely hands down is much better than all 4 of these champions put together. So that's an easy, is it worth it or not? Yes, it's worth it. Now, this is where it gets tricky because I feel like most people already have this champion and this champion sitting in their vote. Now, these 2 champions are brand new. They were just released about a week ago, so most people probably don't have those. So that's where it gets kind of complicated for me to be able to say, is it worth it or not? Because as you can see right here, right, they do have a schedule, so you could plan accordingly and prepare yourself on the champions that you do need. But I don't know the exact point systems for every single one of these, so I can't really tell you personally as every single individual if it's worth it or not. But I feel like this is just me going off of my head. I feel like if you're close more than 60% or even 50% of completing this, I would say go for it. Yes, you might have to invest a little cash to get that extra, I guess, resources and energies to actually get this done, but I think it's worth it. I think he's going to be a very strong champion in the arena. So if that's something you need, then man, I would definitely go for it. Now, to just get a small idea about the point systems, that how much points you need to get these champions, Mother Superior is one of the champions you do need, and it's 3,300 points to pull this champion. I feel like a lot of people already have this champion because every time I do summonings, I always get her, but that's just me. That's not everybody. But 3,300 points is kind of a lot for a free-to-play champion. I mean, for a free-to-play player. Alright, so let's wrap this video up. In summary, I think it's worth it. I know for you free-to-play players, it might not be that easy for you guys to obtain the resources and time to do this, but if you can, I really think this champion is worth investing. You will not regret it, especially with the new content coming out, Platinum tier and all the other types of content that's coming. You never know. I think this champion is going to be great. Arena for sure, Faction Wars for sure. I think it's worth it. So if you have any questions, just leave it in the comment section. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. With that being said, guys, take care, be safe. Thanks for watching, and yeah, catch you on the next one. Peace.